As men grow older, many discover that intimacy is no longer just about physical attraction. It becomes about emotional connection, trust, comfort, tenderness, and feeling truly desired by someone they care about. The way they express affection changes. The way they approach romance changes. And surprisingly, many women say mature men often become more attentive, patient, and emotionally connected partners than younger men. If you have ever wondered why older men seem to focus more on affection, closeness, kissing, touching, and emotional bonding, this video will completely change the way you see mature relationships. Because what many people misunderstand about older men is this: with age often comes emotional awareness. They stop rushing. They stop trying to impress. They stop treating intimacy like a performance. Instead, they begin appreciating the little things that create real connection between two people. And that shift changes everything. A younger man may focus on excitement and intensity, but an older man often focuses on how a woman feels emotionally. He notices her reactions. He pays attention to her comfort. He values chemistry over ego. And for many women, that emotional attentiveness becomes far more attractive than raw confidence alone. One reason this happens is experience. Older men have usually gone through heartbreak, long-term relationships, marriage, divorce, emotional ups and downs, and years of learning what truly matters. Over time, many realize that physical attraction alone is never enough to sustain passion. Emotional closeness is what keeps desire alive. That's why mature men often become more affectionate in ways younger men overlook. They enjoy longer conversations. They appreciate eye contact. They value slow moments together. And they often become more focused on making their partner feel emotionally safe and appreciated. Another reason older men value affection more deeply is because they understand time differently. Youth often feels endless, but age changes perspective. Mature men know meaningful moments matter. They become more intentional about connection. They stop taking intimacy for granted. This emotional maturity can make their relationships feel calmer, deeper, and more genuine. Many women who date older men notice something interesting very quickly. Mature men often listen more carefully. They are less distracted by games and competition. They communicate more openly about emotions, needs, and expectations. And because of that, relationships can feel more stable and emotionally satisfying. Confidence also plays a huge role. A lot of younger men tie their confidence to proving themselves. Older men often no longer feel that pressure. They know who they are. They understand their strengths and weaknesses. That self-awareness can make them more emotionally present and less defensive in relationships. And emotional presence is incredibly attractive. When a man makes a woman feel heard, appreciated, desired, and emotionally connected, attraction often grows naturally. Mature men understand this better with age. They learn that intimacy starts long before any physical moment. It starts with attention, respect, trust, and emotional chemistry. Another important reason older men value affection more is because many begin prioritizing quality over quantity in life. Instead of chasing endless excitement, they seek meaningful experiences. They want genuine companionship. They want someone who understands them emotionally. That emotional desire often transforms how they approach romance. Simple things become more meaningful. Holding hands, slow dancing in the kitchen, laughing late at night, deep conversations, comfortable silence. These moments begin carrying more emotional weight than superficial attraction alone. And ironically, this emotional depth can make mature relationships feel even more passionate. Because true intimacy is not just physical, it's emotional vulnerability. It's feeling safe enough to open up completely. It's knowing someone sees the real version of you and still chooses you every day. Older men often understand that better than younger men because life teaches them hard lessons about loneliness, heartbreak, and connection. Another thing many people don't realize is that mature men often become more patient in relationships. Younger men may rush emotional connection because they fear losing attention. Older men are usually more comfortable building trust slowly. They understand attraction grows stronger through consistency and emotional bonding, that patience can create a stronger emotional foundation. Women often describe emotionally mature men as calmer, more reassuring, and more intentional. Instead of trying to dominate every interaction, they focus on mutual connection. They understand affection is not about control, it's about closeness. This emotional awareness can completely change the energy of a relationship. Many older men also become more appreciative with age. They stop chasing unrealistic perfection and start valuing authenticity. They admire kindness, emotional intelligence, loyalty, and peace more than appearance alone. They become attracted to emotional compatibility. And when a man truly appreciates a woman emotionally, she feels it. She notices the attention, the gentleness, the effort, the consistency, the emotional safety. And those qualities often create a much deeper type of attraction than flashy confidence ever could. Another reason mature men focus more on affection is because they understand intimacy is deeply connected to emotional trust. They know real chemistry cannot be forced. It grows naturally when two people feel comfortable, respected, and emotionally secure together. That's why emotional connection becomes incredibly important in mature relationships. Older men also tend to communicate differently. Instead of avoiding emotional conversations, many become more open about vulnerability. They express appreciation more often. They become more honest about what they want emotionally from a relationship. And vulnerability creates closeness. When two people can be emotionally honest with each other, intimacy becomes deeper, calmer, and more meaningful. Mature men often realize this after years of life experience. There's also another important truth many people avoid talking about. As people age, emotional fulfillment becomes more valuable than external validation. Older men are often less concerned with impressing others and more focused on building a peaceful, emotionally satisfying life. That mindset changes how they love. They become more affectionate because affection itself becomes meaningful, not performative, not rushed, not ego-driven, real. And many women find that incredibly attractive because emotional sincerity is rare. Mature men also tend to understand that romance is built through consistency. It's not about one grand gesture. It's about daily emotional effort, checking in, showing appreciation, making someone feel wanted and valued over time. That consistency builds trust, and trust strengthens attraction. Many younger couples struggle because they confuse intensity with intimacy, but older men often learn that lasting passion comes from emotional connection, not emotional chaos. Peaceful relationships can still be deeply passionate when emotional chemistry exists. That emotional stability is one reason many women feel surprisingly comfortable with mature men. There's less pressure to pretend, less emotional confusion, less mind games, more honesty, more reassurance, more emotional availability. And emotional availability changes everything in relationships. Another reason mature men value affection more deeply is because they understand how fragile connection can be. They know relationships require effort. They know love can disappear if ignored. That awareness often makes them more attentive and emotionally engaged. Instead of taking affection for granted, they become intentional about showing it. And intentional affection creates stronger emotional bonds. Many older men also become better at balancing emotional and physical intimacy. They understand one affects the other. When emotional connection weakens, physical chemistry often weakens too. But when emotional trust grows stronger, attraction often deepens naturally. That emotional intelligence is something experience teaches over time. And perhaps the biggest reason older men value deep affection more than ever is because they realize relationships are ultimately about companionship. At the end of the day, people want to feel understood. They want comfort, loyalty, connection, warmth, peace. They want someone who truly sees them. And mature men often stop chasing temporary excitement once they understand the value of genuine emotional closeness. That doesn't mean older men lose passion. In many cases, the opposite happens. Their passion becomes more emotionally connected, more intentional, more focused on mutual happiness instead of ego or performance. They learn that the strongest attraction often comes from emotional chemistry, not just physical appearance, and that emotional chemistry creates a completely different type of intimacy, a calmer intimacy, a deeper intimacy, a more meaningful intimacy. Because real connection is not built through perfection. It's built through trust, affection, patience, vulnerability, and emotional presence. And mature men often discover that truth later in life. So if you have ever wondered why many older men value affection, closeness, tenderness, and emotional intimacy so deeply, the answer is simple. Life teaches them what truly matters. It teaches them that attraction fades without emotional connection. It teaches them that affection is powerful. It teaches them that relationships become stronger when both people feel emotionally safe, desired, and appreciated. And perhaps most importantly, it teaches them that genuine intimacy is never just physical. It's emotional, it's mental, it's human. And when two people truly connect on that level, age becomes far less important than the bond they create together. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more relationship psychology, mature dating insights, emotional intimacy tips, and real conversations about love and connection. And in the comments below, tell us this: do you think emotional connection becomes more important with age?